Good evening and welcome to the Legends edition on KBC Channel 1. I am Fayyaz Qureshi. Our sign language interpreter for tonight's edition is Lucy Mara. But first, a quick look at the stories making headlines in tonight's bulletin. A solemn vigil is observed at Kenyata University in honor of 11 students who died in a road accident.
And we are going to crack down on land fraud. And any person who is involved, whether he's a member of the public in the private space or a public officer in the space of government, will punish them very painfully.
Interior CS Kithure Kindiki cautions against land fraud in Kajiado. Faith Odhiambo is sworn in as 51st LSK president and calls for rule of law. And in today's feature, we focus on cartoons, the art of presenting rather complex ideas in simple, satirical and visually engaging formats. Welcome back. An acute sense of loss engulfed Kenyata University grounds on Friday evening as students, staff and management held a candlelight vigil in honor of 11 departed colleagues who perished in a tragic road accident at Mangu area near Voi Town on Monday.
Free flow of tears and silent wails as students, faculty and staff of Kenyata University united in grief, reflecting on the tragic event that forced the university to suspend its academic activities for 3 days. It
takes God's guidance. It takes a strong heart for you to get to heal from this process.
The solemn candlelit vigil was a moment of deep reflection on the loss and need for hope for those left behind. The 11 were part of 58 other students who were on their way to Mombasa on an academic excursion when their school bus collided with a truck.
Passing on of our colleagues is a big reminder to all of us that we are sojourners. We are all on a journey.
18 other students who survived the grisly accident are recuperating at a hospital in Nairobi, with 2 of them said to be in critical condition. Sunday the 24th, Kenyata University fraternity will hold a requiem service for the 11 students. Regina Manyara, reporting for the Legends edition.
The Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, KMPDU, has maintained that the medical doctor strike is still on as it hit day 10. Speaking in Sagana, Kirinyaga County during a meeting with over 200 union members from central Kenya, Secretary General Davji Atela said they will not resume work unless their grievances are addressed. Among the union's demands are the implementation of the 2017 collective bargain agreement, posting of intern doctors and improving their working conditions.
I know that we have been given promises before, and even in the meetings we've had, they've been giving us promises. But this time, we cannot take any promises because the promises have become stale. What we want is the outcome. And what do I mean by outcome? We want letters for the interns printed and issued. We want doctors who are being exploited in Kenyata National Hospital, in KUTRH, in MTRH, and in any other counties, confirmed to the normal terms, to the harmonized terms, so that they can be paid equally with their colleagues. These have to be issued with letters. We want the arrears of the basic salary of 2017 that was again ordered by the judge in 2020 to be paid in full. We want the doctors who are on postgraduate studies, who are bonded to be in the counties, to be paid for their fees.
Right, it's time for a quick break. We'll be back in a short while. Stay with us.
Aviator instant game. Be a daring pilot and earn by how much high you can lift the plane. The higher you fly, the higher your win. The sky is the limit. Mozart Bet.
Nandi County pride ourselves as being the source of champions, particularly in sports. Any major figure in athletics hail from Nandi County. Down here, we have Koitale Samuel Muselia. You will remember the history of Kenya. You know, you cannot talk about the history of the colonial history of Kenya without the name of Koitale Samuel. A very good scenery here is Nandi Hills town. In terms of the tourism potential, agro-tourism is huge in Nandi. I am sure you have seen the beautiful tea plantation. We have Chepkit waterfalls. Feel the excitement and you will feel the potential here from the exciting people, the warm communities. Karibu Nandi.
Welcome back. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has maintained that his fight against illicit brews and drug abuse across the country will remain for as long as it takes to curb the menace. The Deputy President, who spoke in Meru, vowed that rules and regulations for bars must remain in force.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua on Saturday sustained the war against illicit brews and drug abuse, saying he was ready for any political consequences.
Hatuwezi kubali watoto wetu wauziwe sumu wakufe tukiwa kwa serikali.
Speaking during a fundraiser in Imenti Central in Meru County, the Deputy President held that the order on the operating hours for licensed bars to open at 5 p.m. and closing at 11 p.m. was not negotiable.
Na vilabu tumesema hakuna klabu itafunguliwa mchana. Watu waende wafanya kazi. Kama klabu inauza pombe nzuri ifunguliwe saa 11 jioni, ikifika saa 5 ukunywe uende kwa bibi yako.
Responding to concerns of cattle rustling and insecurity cases along Meru-Garissa border, Gachagua vowed that security agencies had been ordered to use all means necessary to curb the vice.
Sisi kama wabunge na MCAs tumeamua tutembee pamoja na to preach peace katika kaunti yetu. Na tunauliza wale wako na sisi wakuje tufanye kazi pamoja kama wanataka.
Kenya Kwanza lawmakers accompanying Gachagua called on the striking doctors to consider going back to work as the negotiations with the government to settle their demands were ongoing. Giverson Minor, Legends Edition.
As the government intensifies the war on illicit brews, drugs and substance abuse in the country, a section of Mombasa County Ward representatives in conjunction with palm wine traders have stepped out to assert the legality of palm wine, popularly known as mnazi. They call for the declassification of mnazi as an illicit brew. Speaking during an engagement with palm wine traders and the local administration, the MCAs insisted that mnazi is tapped naturally from the coconut tree and that no chemicals are added to it. Mnazi vendors also decried losses they are incurring from the crackdown, accusing law enforcers of destroying the brew and soliciting bribes from them.
Inasikitisha kwamba polisi unachukua pesa kwa mama kwenda kumsomesha mtoto wako aende akapate maisha mazuri. Alafu pesa hiyo mtoto ambaye anapokonywa upande huu, mtoto wake aje alifu kesho uje umshike. It is very unfair. So it should be known from today that mnazi It was legal then, it is legal today, and it will forever be legal, and it shall be sold for our people ili waweze kujifaidisha wenyewe.
Leo hii tunataka kuuliza serikali ya kitaifa na ituambie kiwaziwazi ni kuanzia lini hii pombe ya mnazi imekuwa pombe haramu.
Kama wewe huo mnazi ujaambiwe mwagie mwenzako huyu, alafu wewe mwagie huyu. Halafu yeye akija anakuficha kwa store, anakuambia mama nifiche kwa store, unampa dabali ya flash tayari kopo, anakunywa na anatoka, alafu kesho anakuja anakushika na amekunywa mnazi. Ule mnazi umetoka wapi? Si umetoka hapa.
Wanahara sawa mama wetu, wanaomagia matembo hawa mama wetu. Hiyo kitendo tunakikashifu kabisa. Naomba serikali kuu muangalie hii maneno. Hawa maskari ambao wamekaa muda mrefu kwa kituo waweze kuondolewa ili wamama wetu wafanye biashara zao, wale watoto wao.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has warned against issuance of fake title deeds and encroachment on land in Kajiado County. Speaking at a security status review in Kajiado, Kindiki also ordered an end to the entry of contraband goods, trafficking in persons and illegal drugs into the country through Kajiado.
And we are going to crack down on land fraud. And any person who is involved, whether he's a member of the public in the private space or a public officer in the space of government, will punish them very painfully and very severely, because they are undermining the economy of this county and this country. They are frustrating people who are genuine landowners by, in some cases, issuing fraudulent title deeds.
The new Law Society of Kenya President Faith Odhiambo has underscored the need to uphold the rule of law as a country. Faith, who was sworn in on Friday, vowed to rally LSK members to ensure the political class respects the courts and the independence of the judiciary.
Faith Odhiambo, the 51st LSK president, took oath of office on Friday during the society's annual general meeting in Nakuru.
I will well and truly discharge my duties as the president of the law.
Elated with her new position, Faith urged her colleagues to forge ahead and face the existing challenges head-on.
It's at the helm of the housing levy that has now just been set in place. We're having challenges with regards to opportunities for advocates and us fighting for our practice space. We're looking at doctors going on the streets because they are fighting for fair pay and also ensuring that they're treated well and with dignity. And that's a challenge that is also there in the legal profession.
She says that there is need to ensure the rule of law is upheld, even as she challenged Parliament to exercise its independence.
The courts are respected, they are able to ensure that the courts and the judiciary are independent and that they do not fall to the executive. We also remind Parliament of their responsibility. They are an independent arm of government. They should not sing to the tune of the executive.
Senior counsels present warned the leadership against being partisan.
When government is right, say government is right, support government. When government is wrong, say government is wrong and tell it, this is the route to follow. Help with the legislation objectively. Help with policy issues and critical legal issues objectively.
Faith is set to serve for two-year terms.
Delay in remittance of members' contributions by employers has proven a perennial challenge to the financial stability of deposit-taking savings and credit cooperative societies, SACCO, in the country. A section of SACCO leaders note that the situation adversely affects cash flow, leading to delayed disbursement of loans, even as they encourage members to save more in order to increase their investment.
Mtangazaji Savings and Credit Cooperative Society, which draws its membership from the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, has put in place a raft of measures as it seeks wholesome growth. Other than issuing incentives to those who refer new members, the SACCO will also train members on investments and deploy digital marketing to activities.
still a very important aspect of us as the members of the cooperative. We need to be educated. And when I was talking to the committee initially, I saw that we need to increase our membership.
During its annual general meeting at Broadcasting House in Nairobi, non-remittance of the members' contributions was observed as the biggest challenge facing the circle.
So non-remittance has really affected us in that we are not able to trade with that money. Avoid all that as we want to go direct debit, which we are sure of, 100% sure, that the money will come to us and timely.
Meanwhile, Aarti Savings and Credit Cooperative Society also admits to grappling with untimely remittance of its members' contributions, which is hindering its growth.
These are affecting the liquidity of the circle because we are not able to meet the daily demands for loans due to that liquidity issue.
During the annual general meeting in Nairobi, Aarti Sacco Chair Joseph Ochola also encouraged youth to join the SACCOs not only as a way of inculcating a saving culture, but also to boost SACCO membership and in return ensure more liquidity.
We are encouraging the young youths especially, the young guys, to patronize or join the societies because it is through the societies whereby they can invest instead of going to the banks at a cheaper rate.
Jacqueline Macharia for Legends Edition.
A section of Kenya Kwanza MPs maintain the government is on course in lowering the cost of living and reduce food imports. Elsewhere in Kisumu County, a section of ODM Party politicians maintains there is no vacuum in the party's leadership, even as the party leader Raila Odinga continues with campaigns for the African Union Commission chairmanship.
Speaking in Undanyi constituency, National Assembly Budget Committee Chairperson Ndindi Nyoro said by availing farm inputs such as sunflower and canola seeds, the importation of edible oils, for which Kenya spends 100 billion shillings annually, will be reduced.
We spend over 100 billion shillings paying other people kwa mafuta ya kupikia chakula. Na ndio katika budget tumeweka inputs ya zile bidhaa zinasaidia kukuza, ile inasaidia kutengeneza edible oils.
Kenya Kwanza MPs also revealed that the government was keen to end monopoly in energy sector to enhance efficiency and boost access to electricity among Kenyans.
Na ndio maana pesa ya ile huduma tunatoa katika uwekezaji wa stima in rural areas ambayo inasikiwa na REREC. Walikuwa wamepewa bajeti ya bilioni 9. Rais akatuambia tuongeze bilioni ingine 12 katika kuweka stima katika rural areas za Kenya.
Meanwhile, Coast elected leaders allied to ODM have endorsed former Mombasa Governor Hassan Ali Joho for president in 2027.
Mimi wale viongozi wa pwani ambao mmesema kwamba Joho tosha, tutoke hapa mbele pamoja na leader wetu Hassan Ali Joho, mupeperushe katika kila mitandao.
Ikiwa Kenya ni moja, tuepukane na ukabila. Party leader wa ODM ni Joho.
Speaking during a food distribution exercise in Malindi, over 10 legislators endorsed Joho for the next ODM party leader.
Niendelee na safari ya kupigania urais. Umeniruhusu. Hebu nionyeni mkono namna hii.
However, a section of ODM followers in Kisumu maintains there is no vacuum in the party's leadership, even as the party leader Raila Odinga continues with campaigns for AU Commission chairmanship.
People have a conversation. It is healthy for people to have a conversation about who is aspiring for what in the ODM leadership.
Geshuki Washira, Legends Edition.
The government intends to upgrade Makindu airstrip to attract more flights in an initiative aimed at boosting tourism in the country. Tourism Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua says Chilu Hills National Park will be rebranded, its roads upgraded and a cultural centre built to revamp the country's tourism sector. He made the remarks when he called on Makueni Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr. during the ministry's nationwide campaign dubbed Utalii Freshi, aimed at boosting the tourism sector.
kaunti ya Makueni tunataka tuanze kutumia mbuga hii, ndio kwa sababu uhusiano huu utatuwezesha kwanza tufanye mikutano hapa, KWS itengeneze mabarabara. Kuna lions ambazo rhinos ziko hapa ambazo ziko hapa na watu wengi hawajui, ili tuhimize utalii.
Tuta set up committee ya implementation. Haya mambo ambayo tunasema tunataka kufanya sio mambo ambayo tutayafanya miaka inayokuja. Tumekubaliana na governor hapa, kuna ile cultural center tunataka kuijenga, Mukamba Cultural Center, na mimi niko tayari kuweka pesa kwa hiyo Mukamba Cultural Center. Nimeuliza aniandikie barua, namwandikia barua, tuangalie ni pesa gani tuweke hapo, tujenge hivyo, ndio utamaduni wetu uweze kuuzwa pia katika hali ya utalii.
Kwa majina naitwa Beatrice Kimai na mimi ndio nilikuwa mshindi wa Suzuki Wagon R Jenge na Moti. Siri nilikuwa nilicheza, nikacheza na nikamwamini Mungu na nikawa mshindi. Pia sasa bado naendelea kucheza na naamini nitakuwa mshindi wa hili gali.
31st of December 2023, Beatrice alikabidhiwa na kifunguu kama mshindi wa Suzuki Wagon R kwenye campaign ya Jijenge na Moti, na sasa tuko na Toyota Hiace. Siri yake ilikuwa ni moja, alicheza mara kadhaa, akacheza mara kadhaa na akajaza tiketi zake kwenye draw na bahati ikakuwa ni yake. Sasa uko na fursa ya kuvuka na ma3, fursa yako kwenye *570#. Mshindi namtangaza the 5th of May mwaka huu. Vuka na ma3! Cheza Lucky Game na tunakuhakikishia ushindi na bahati yako itakufikia mahali popote ulipo. Kumbuka kucheza ni *570#.
Ili kupata msubiri Mungu kama sikiza tune yako, bonyeza *812*501#.
Kijana kanipigia simu, amejawa na huzuni, amefadhaika yuhoi. Nikamuuliza kunani? Japo nimetia jitihada za mtu wa kujenga nyumba kwa mate, nikaongeza kumcha Mungu, sifanikiwi. Naishi kama lofa mlala hoi, kabwela wa madongo.
Kupata msubiri Mungu kama sikiza tune, bonyeza *812*501#. *812*501#.
Welcome back. Residents of Kayole, Patanisho area in Embakasi East are tonight going to bed an anxious lot after a businessman laying claim to part of their 14-acre piece of land drove a fuel tanker through their gate, destroying a perimeter wall and effectively blocking the entrance. They claim that the businessman, a neighbor who runs a fuel filling station, recklessly drove the truck through the gate with intent to set the area ablaze amid the ongoing land ownership dispute. They now are seeking a legal redress.
The aftermath of an ugly tussle pitting neighbors against each other.
Hawana karatasi yoyote. Wanasema hawa hii shamba ni yao, lakini wanatumia vijana wa Mungiki. Gari zingine zenye mnaziona pale zimefunga, kazi iwezi fanyika. Kwa hivyo tunaomba usaidizi wa serikali sababu hii ni nchi ya sheria.
The residents claim the investor who runs a fuel station in Patanisho area lacks the requisite paperwork to support his ownership claims, yet them as residents have all the documents including the title and allotment letter.
Hivyo hii ni listi yenye iko na ploti zote za Nairobi, Mathare, wapi. Sisi tuko, lakini Soweto sekta hii hakuna.
Attempts to reach the said businessman were futile. The residents now are seeking justice and protection from hired goons who have allegedly been harassing them since Friday night.
Kuja kama ametumia nguvu, amepita na lori na gate. Wenye walikuwa hapo mbele sasa ndio walistukia tu kama ametoroka. Iliumiza mtu mmoja. Hakuja kama amesema ati toeni mkokoteni nifungue.
Regina Manyara reporting for the Legends edition.
Cartoons have long been used as a powerful tool for relaying messages due to their unique ability to distill complex ideas into simple, visually engaging narratives. From political satire to social and cultural perspectives, cartoons offer a lens through which norms, values and trends can be examined and critiqued. Our reporter Jael Wakesho delves into the colorful world of cartooning by capturing the journey of Samuel Muigai, a cartoonist.
From humble beginnings, doodling in the margins of his notebooks, to becoming a household name, Samuel Muigai, popularly known as Iga, has had a career journey rich in passion, perseverance, and artistic innovation.
I knew I could draw, but not doing cartoons came like by mistake. I met a Catholic sister. She suggested that I do cartoons for Kenya Episcopal Conference. Before then, I had never done cartoons anywhere.
But this dance hasn't been short of challenges, difficulties, and achievements.
There are media house policies and guidelines, and then there are ethical issues, of course. But then, recently now there is the issue of advertising.
His ability to blend satire, humor, and sensitivity with the social commentary has also earned him a widespread acclaim and recognition.
This is I was the cartoonist of the year in 2022, and this year as well. So I don't know what 2024 holds for me.
Iga, however, attempts to demystify the misconception attributing this trade to the male gender, as well as making it appear purely as a side hustle.
We have an association of cartoonists called East African Cartoonist Society, and I am the Secretary General. And we have female members as well. It is for you now to come out and get counted. It is all about creativity.
Despite the ups and downs he goes through, he enjoys his work.
Now, a lot of competition is coming from social media, because an incident happens and everybody is talking about it, and you need to do a cartoon about it. Now you have to find what will still be topical the following day.
He demonstrates some of the basics while coming up with a drawing or a cartoon.
A human structure, you can maybe put the head, and then, no, this is usually how I break it down. And then, if you want to put maybe some motion, you can maybe try to bed if it's walking, and then now you see the position of the head changes.
Keeping in mind that he has lost count of the cartoons he has so far worked on, Iga points out one of his favorite cartoons.
Guys are cutting trees, and then they've loaded the logs in a truck, and then it breaks down and needs water. But you see, these are the same guys who've contributed to that water shortage, so they get stuck somewhere.
After all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Samuel Muigai shows us how he unwinds after a long day of cartooning and beating deadlines at the office. As the fine line between sensitivity and satire remains a dilemma, cartoonists, however, say humor has the power to spark conversations and shed light on most important topics. But all this should be approached with empathy and respect. For KBC Channel 1, I'm Jael Wakesho.
Kenyans have been urged to go for frequent medical screening amid concerns about the increase in tuberculosis cases. The World Tuberculosis Day will be marked on Sunday under the global theme, Yes, We Can End TB.
Siaya County marks World Tuberculosis Day in advance with an event at Ukwala Grounds where Area TB Coordinator Mary Wamburu noted that the region records more than 3,000 tuberculosis cases annually, making it one of the 10 high-burden counties.
Na tukiendelea kutia bidii, kwa hakika kufikia 2030 hatutakuwa tunazungumzia mambo ya TB tena.
More than 700 residents of Dry Farm in Ainabkoi constituency, Uasin Gishu County have benefited from free treatment courtesy of a medical camp organized by Chairperson of the Board of Directors of Kenyata University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital, Professor Oliver Mugenda, who is an alumni of Dry Farm Primary School. Head of Public Service Felix Kosgei lauded Professor Mugenda for the charitable gesture. Meanwhile, members of the pastoral communities of Turkana from Isiolo County and Samburu community from Samburu County have participated in a peace caravan along the Isiolo-Marsabit highway aimed at fostering peaceful coexistence between the two communities.
Tumepata shida kubwa kupitana na ukosefu wa amani. Vijana wetu wengi wamepoteza maisha yao, pia tumepoteza mali, tumepoteza wakati mwingi wa kufanya maendeleo, kufanya mambo ya wisi, na kulingana na maongeo pia kutoka vijana, tumeona hii mambo itakuja kuisha.
Elsewhere, thousands of pupils in all primary schools in Limuru constituency will benefit from a launch program dubbed Food for Education, where pupils will pay 15 shillings daily. Area Member of Parliament, Engineer John Kirago, says the initiative will assist in retaining pupils in school.
Shillings per kid, but if we get more donors, you people can come on board, people can come and help the other kids who cannot even afford 15 shillings, and all of us can even make it cheap, and even eventually we can have it free.
Finally, in a bid to inspire democracy in elective process at school level, Faithship Academy in Kakamega town held polls to choose student leaders. Hope Shisia, a grade 4 pupil, elected president. According to the school director Ruth Minishi and head teacher Daniel Ucheng, the exercise is in line with the competency-based curriculum, which exposes learners to leadership.
This has come out very, very well because we have seen the competencies of various children, especially the leaders who were chosen.
Lucy Uside for Legends Edition.
In world news, 4 gunmen suspected to be behind the concert hall attack in the outskirts of Moscow, Russia, are in custody. This as the death toll rose to more than 130, with over 140 nursing injuries. President Vladimir Putin has declared Sunday a day of national mourning. Putin termed the attack as a barbaric terrorist attack and said the suspects were arrested as they tried to flee to Ukraine. Kiev termed allegations of Ukrainian involvement as absurd. The Kremlin has cancelled mass events scheduled this weekend, and many museums are temporarily closed. The attack at Crocus City Hall in Moscow is the deadliest in Russia since the Beslan school siege in 2004.
Are just horrible and just hard to watch, and our thoughts obviously are going to be with the victims of this terrible, terrible shooting attack.
Right, it's time for a quick break, and Topia Lambila joins us with the latest in sports shortly after this.
Friend huyu hapa na anakugoja *570 hash, chagua option namba 4 na uchingize katika draw ya kuvuka namba 3. Mshindi tunamtangaza 5th of May. Kumbuka ni *570 hash.
Cheza Lucky Game na tunakuhakikishia ushindi, na bahati yako itakufikia mahali popote ulipo. Kumbuka kucheza ni *570 hash.
Kuna pale nilikuwa nataka uniokolee yake.
Na nini?
12,000.
Hiyo pesa mkitoa mnafanyia nini?
Get rich quick. Kwani kuna doza bwanako na zako?
It will never leave Christine for you. You can take that to the bank.
Our bond is almost unbreakable.
Kwa nini ulimnunulia ile nguo? Is that what got you worked up? Haya, mpatie. Well, I'm sure that originally belonged to Jen.
Sasa kama amepata mtu mwingine, si ni aseme tu, laini iwe fupi.
I have losses to count.
Kuna pale nataka uniokolee yake.
Na nini?
12,000.
Hiyo pesa mkitoa mnafanyia nini?
Get rich quick. Kwani kuna doza bwanako na zako?
Fate will never leave Christine for you. You can take that to the bank.
Our bond is almost unbreakable.
Kwa nini ulimnunulia ile nguo? Is that what got you worked up? Aya, mpatie. Well, I'm sure that originally belonged to Jen.
Sasa kama amepata mtu mwingine, si ni aseme tu, laini iwe fupi.
I have losses to count.
Back to the future. The future is simulate. Bet smarter. Win faster now. Be a winner. Mozartbet.
Sports News is brought to you by Mozartbet.
Good evening. It's Topi Lambila with the sports segment of the Legends edition this Saturday evening. Welcome once again and another great show here at KBC Channel 1. Now, start off the K with the African Games, where the Kenya Defence Forces soldier Edwin Oduor Okongo defeated Eloazi Yasin of Morocco on points to bag a gold medal in the men's 75-kilogram bout and end East Africa's 17-year gold medal drought in boxing at the African Games. Beat Yasin 3-1 last evening at the Bukom Arena in Accra, Ghana. The last time an East African boxer won gold in the Africa Games was in 2007 in Algiers, Algeria, through Kenya's light flyweight Suleiman Bilali, who captured his second gold, having won the first one in the 2003 Games in Abuja, Nigeria. He remains the only East African boxer to win 2 consecutive gold medals in the African Games. At the same games, the national women's volleyball team Malkia Stars humbled host Ghana by 3 straight sets to bag a bronze medal at the 13th African Games in Accra, Ghana. Meanwhile, the male counterparts Wafalme were winners after losing to powerhouse Egypt.
The Japheth Munala Chargers came into the match focused to avenge their loss to the North Africans at the Africa Game qualifiers in Cairo, Egypt. Let's go! Led by Turkey-based outside hitter Veronica Adhiambo, setter Esther Mutinda, Triza Atuka, libero Agrippina Kundu, and Juliana Namuchira, Kenya won the first set 25-13. The host fought hard in the second set, but lost 25-15 before losing the third set 25-16 to hand Kenya the victory. The defending champions were relegated to the bronze medal match after losing 3-2 to perennial nemesis Egypt. Kenya will now shift focus to the 2024 Paris Olympics slated for July 26th to August 11th. Faith Akinyi for Legends Edition.
So to crown it all, Kenya bagged a total of 37 medals, including 8 gold, 8 silver and 21 bronze medals, to finish 10th at the 2024 Africa Games, which ended today in Accra, Ghana. Team Kenya performed fairly well in athletics after bagging a total of 20 medals, 6 gold, 6 silver and 8 bronze altogether. Brian Komen, Aaron Cheminingwa, Janet Chepngetich, Emily Ngi, Beatrice Chepkoech and Mary Mora won the gold medals in their respective races. Tennis sensation Angela Okutoi also clinched a gold medal in the singles competition, while Edwin Oduor won Kenya her first medal in boxing competition at the Games in 17 years.
An East African boxer won gold in the Africa Games was in 2007 in Algiers, Algeria through Kenya's light flyweight Suleiman Sabilali, who captured his second gold, having won the first one in 2003 African Games in Abuja, Nigeria. He remains the only East African boxer to win 2 consecutive gold medals in the African Games.
It's Ndikuma still keeping up in front, followed by Bogali, and then there's Deriba. Kenya's Evans Kiptu is raising up to get in the front, but Ndikuma has kept going. The 2 Ethiopians, suddenly, you know what they're doing. They're trying to claim gold and silver.
And now for a story close to my heart. National soccer team Harambee Stars are through to the final of the 4 Nations tournament after thrashing host Malawi 4-0 this evening. Captain Michael Olunga netted 2 goals in the first half of the game, with the third coming later in the second half, courtesy of Ayub Timbe. Just minutes after Patrick Matasi had saved a poorly taken Malawi penalty. The fourth was scored by John Avire. Some of the action.
Alhamdulillah. Nimekwambia kwamba sitashangaa sana ile penalty. Napigwa ngoma. Linaongezwa goli lingine, Ayubu Timbe kuingia mzima mzima. Anaachia bazoka.
Meanwhile, the Warriors of Zimbabwe are also through to the final of the 4 Nations tournament after seeing off Chipolo Polo of Zambia 6-5 on post-match penalties at the Bingu International Stadium in Lilongwe, Malawi. Zimbabwe and Zambia played a 2-2 draw in regulation time.
Polo anakwenda katika wingi ya kushoto kule, wanaangalia wanaingia pale, namna gani wanafunga bao safi.
Kwa haraka kwake Walter Musona tulia na ile ngoma, anajaribu na kucheza kwenye kiunga, anakuja anapiga cross nzuri na go.
Artisti anakuja piga ule mpira, anafunga bao safi sana. Daka
wa soka, licha ya kwamba amepinda misuli sawa sawa, piga penalty nzuri sana, anajaza wavuni.
Sabata na Ben, wacha madoido huyu, sidhani kama atafanya ndivyo ilivyo. Anapaisha, nimekwambia.
Nyuma mtoto yule anatumia mguu wake wa kushoto, anakuja piga penalty, inapanguliwa tena. Mwisho anapiga penalty, anajaza kambani.
Kwa hivyo wanashinda
Zimbabwe wanashinda Zambia.
Now, the second edition of the Body Fitness Academy seminar in Kenya ended today with personal trainers and fitness enthusiasts getting in-depth learning on various issues that they tackle during their daily fitness routines. The week-long seminar saw over 10 fitness trainers enlightened on the need for proper pulse, sports nutrition, sports anatomy, and exercise analysis. Let's take a look.
As a way of integrating education with fitness, the 6-day seminar aimed at giving fitness trainers an edge when it comes to seeking employment in their field at an international platform. Every attendee was awarded a certificate after completion of the Silver Level 1 seminar. Topics addressed that would be incorporated into training session were sports anatomy, best exercises with machines, equipment, body weights and stretching exercises, among others.
We want to start from the grassroots. We have many trainers who are talented but don't have certification. So now we are trying to give them that certification that they need so that they can go out there more confidently, and even the community will feel more empowered when the trainer who is training them has a certification from a recognized international company.
Want to make this experience, want to have the opportunity to work abroad, so we offer this opportunity. Basically the certification, no matter which level, silver, gold, platinum, is just for making the best out of yourself, to build the career as good as possible, to be of great help to your clients, and to be confident in what you do.
I joined this silver course of Beyond Fitness Academy because I'm an enthusiast of fitness, and I felt like it's a good thing to increase, add on my knowledge about fitness.
The one-of-its-kind program in Kenya will be hosting a gold-level seminar mid this year. Nora Mwangi for Legends Edition.
Ranveer Chauhan, Georges Phelps and May Westra registered outstanding performances in their respective categories as the Shotokan United Kenya Cadets Championship came to an end at the Parkland Sports Club here in Nairobi. The championship attracted over 200 participants drawn from different clubs within Nairobi. Let's take a look.
Ranveer Chauhan emerged victorious in the Kata Boys 13 to 14 years category, ahead of Davis Bright and Dennis Muchei, who finished second and third respectively. In the boys 9 years Kumite category, Gabriel Peter emerged victorious to bag gold, while Ian Natembea and Magun Njoroge bagged silver and bronze respectively. Hans Leo won the boys 4 years Kumite category to bag gold, while Mick Robiro and Roy Hillary finished second and third to bag silver and bronze respectively.
It's my first time at a karate tournament and I had tons of fun. I found it a bit tough. I'm going to work as hard as I can, 2 times a week maybe, to try to get to where I want to be.
In the girls 13 to 14 years kata category, Tradis Year emerged the winner, relegating Sasha Mwihaki to second position. In the Kumite girls 8 years category, Haziel Luziana emerged victorious, while Natalia Waheto and May Westra completed the podium positions.
In the future, I would like I'd like to be the national team, yes. I'd also like to represent our country. I'd like to, go high.
The championship attracted over 200 participants drawn from different clubs in Nairobi.
The event is to bring the kids together and know each other and know that, okay, they are champions, and to encourage them to take the sport seriously. If you have sponsors, we can even go around the globe. When I look at the play today, those kids were very potential.
King Orimwangi for Legends Edition.
Maureen Gitiche, Ali Akber and Geoffrey Watene were among the winners in the first edition of the Kenya Nationals Masters Championships at the Sabis School in Runda. The one-day championship brought together over 150 veteran swimmers from across the country. Several.
Maureen Kitiche clocked 1 minute 01.38 seconds to win women's 25 to 29 years 100 meters backstroke category, ahead of Stephanie Ondieki and Catriona Onyango, who finished second and third respectively.
Even as an adult swimmer, you can actually come and compete, even if it's your first time to compete. So, like for me, I've only done adult masters swimming, so it's been really excellent. Great competitive edge.
So much fun, and because we want to drive swimming competition at the 25 years old and over. So they're swimming because it's good to swim, it's good to be in sports, it's good to take care of your body, it's good to compete, and it's fun.
In the men's 30 to 34 years 50 meters butterfly category, Ali Akberali won the championship in a time of 30.99 seconds, ahead of Mathan Materi and Andre Ngueno, who finished second and third respectively.
We have not been training for long, but this has challenged us to keep on training, to bring the teams together and prepare for more competitions. We're now thinking of even going regional.
We love it. I personally love it because I've been competing when I was young, and so now we've been given another opportunity to continue with our sport.
Mbadi Musioka clocked 1 minute 40.97 seconds to win the men's 100 meters breaststroke category, ahead of John Kihato and Reginald Singer, who also completed the podium dash. The one-day championship brought together over 150 veteran swimmers from across the country. King Orimwangi for Legends Edition.
The World School Cross-Country Trials will be held on the 28th of March at the Nakuru High School, with plans already underway to accommodate the athletes in Nakuru. Nakuru will be a test run for the main event that will be held on the 12th of May at the Ngong Racecourse here in Nairobi.
For
the ISF World Cross Country for Schools, scheduled for May 12th in Ngong Race Course. And this far we have 20 countries that have already confirmed participation. And for us to get the Team Kenya for the championship, the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and the Creative Economy have come up with a trial that is scheduled for 27th and 28th of this month, that is next week on Wednesday and Thursday in Nakuru High School, to be able to select the team that represents Kenya for this championship. And Kenya intends to register a total of 60 athletes, that is 30 girls and 30 boys, for the 6 categories that will be presented. The categories that are in the event is under 12, under 15 and under 18. Those are the categories that we have for the championship.
FKF Premier League side AFC Leopards will play Spanish 4th Division side AE Ramasa tomorrow at the Nyayo National Stadium in a friendly match to mark Ingwe's 60th anniversary celebrations.
The Barcelona-based club, which arrived in the country on Friday, held their first training sessions today, ready for the much-awaited friendly.
So we worked with Ramasa in the last 10 years, organizing this event, this kind of football match in different African countries. It was the chance now to come to Kenya. Everybody is really, really happy about to be this visit and the organization of the match, and also for the welcoming that you organized for us. So let's see what is going to happen tomorrow, but we are really happy to do this.
The match will be preceded by a series of matches tomorrow at the Nyayo National Stadium, with the AFC Leopards ladies playing Shabana FC and Gor Mahia respectively, while Gor Mahia Legends will take on Ingwe Legends.
One must find a way of this team generating its own income, not relying on donations, but getting income from other sources, including people subscribing to the team. We want members to subscribe to the team. We want to hit 1 million plus registered members of AFC Leopards who will annually be paying subscription fees, and that alone can run the team.
AFC Leopards chairman Dan Shikanda called on the club members and stakeholders to support the intent of going corporate as they plan to move away from being a community club.
We want to have a big fan base. We want to make sure we create content and sell it. We give value to people out there. We don't want anyone coming to work with us in terms of he's coming to help the club.
His sentiments were echoed by Westlands MP Tim Wanyonyi, who challenged the club members to ensure financial stability of the club as it celebrates 6 decades since inception. Daniel Mwendwa, Legends Edition.
Go AFC Leopards. Well, Extreme Sports Limited has announced a youth empowerment program with grassroots football aimed at empowering the youth, especially in capacity building, fight against drug use, doping, and financial literacy. Let's take a listen.
I'm very delighted to announce this initiative by Extreme Sports today, where we'll be rolling out an empowerment program for our youth, especially through football. The 3 thematic areas that we'll be focusing on in this program will be one around capacity building on economic empowerment of the youth. The second area is the fight against substance abuse, also the dangers of doping. And the third thematic area would be around financial literacy. We will start with Kitui County and go to other regions.
Welcome Extreme Sports to Kitui. Feel most welcome. Come support youth, and when you need us, we shall be there for you. Thank you.
Kitui kuna talents kibao. Extreme Sports watakama na mechanism fiti. Na kuna talents, not favorism, not tribalism, fairness. Kukiwa fairness, hii ndio ya Kenya itapanda juu.
And lastly, Engineers Handball team defeated TUK's 8-man squad 35-24 in one of the Handball League matches played today at the Nyayo National Stadium. Despite the numbers, Julius Ngang of TUK was the match top scorer with 8 goals, while Samuel Waiganjo top scored for Winners Engineers with 7 goals. Nanyuki and Daystar University got walkovers, earning maximum points and 15 easy goals after the opponents Kenyata University and JKUAT failed to turn up. In the women's match, Amazon narrowly defeated New Hope 22-21 with Nelly Kanazi topping the score sheet with 8 goals. This was some of the action from the Nyayo National Stadium. And that's a wrap on the sports segment, but we stay with us with KBC Channel 1.
Sports News was brought to you by Mozart Bet. You can lift the plane. The higher you fly, the higher your win. The sky is the limit. Mozart Bet.
Yes, we are still on a very sporting mood, aren't we? And Fayyaz, welcome back. You've been out.
Thank you very much. Yes, been on a short break. It's great to be back. Feel very fresh, although fasting, Ramadan.
Oh yeah, I know.
But it refreshes you, cleanses your whole system as such.
Yeah, of course, and of course, you know, we have been having many sporting activities where Kenya is participating. We have got the All Africa Games in Ghana. We have had the, now the Four Nations tournament. We've had athletics, a lot of marathons last week. I think you remember you have the...
You know, I don't think the Italians are going to invite us again. The Rome Marathon, the top 9 places were taken by Kenyans, you know, as Baruta, and of course 4 top places even in the women's marathon. So I think that was outstanding, absolutely outstanding. So I don't think the Italians will be inviting us too soon.
Of course, yeah. But the main event this week, if you know, is a WRC Safari Rally coming up at the end of the week during the Easter holidays.
Wow.
Kenya's getting that for that. And Safari, you know, like it's always like it's been dubbed the, the challenge between man and machine, the test between man and machine, and also the terrain. Because interesting thing about the Safari, you know, whether it's dusty, that when it's not dry, the dust is too much. When it's wet, the mud again does that. Very interesting.
And especially after being given world recognition again.
Yes.
I think the interest is even more in the Safari Rally now.
Oh yeah.
And it's been in our blood, you know. Growing up, it's all been about Safari Rally. It means a lot to us. And it's great to see it back on the map.
Yes, good, and of course Kenya is taking the bull by the horns. And we hope that, you know, this time again we're going to have another great safari at the WRC event in Naivasha, and of course, you know, with all the fans of course heading to Naivasha. Now Naivasha gets big, and of course, and I hope you also remember that, you know, we are back again with the bridge over Congo, with you know, big man Mfumo Kibango, DJ Extraordinary Salim, and of course Marie Jose. Marie Jose, they're on there waiting for us. Hope you can join us again.
They're going to rock the house. And of course, like we say, our terminology, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
You can finish it.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap. And of course, I'm Topi Liambila saying stay with KBC Channel 1, not only for the sporting stuff, but also with great news, politics, and all around the world. So it's great. I'm Topi Liambila saying goodbye for now and see you again next weekend.
And that's all from our newsroom. I'm Fayyaz Qureshi. Our sign language interpreter for tonight's edition was Lucy Mwara. Have a good night.
In the name of Jesus Christ. Mungu anatarajia ukanyange hatua mbele. Wengine wametawaliwa na uchawi. Wakati wao umefika. Wewe umenitazama siku ya leo. Neema na kibali